Hi, it's Mel. I just wanted to pop on here this evening and show a few cards that I made. I I have been really slow this week getting any sorry, that's my chair squeaking. Getting any crafting done. We had a really bad snowstorm that turned into rain through the night, and we went out in the morning. Everything was a sheet of ice, and I took a slip down our stairs. So I've been a little slow, but I did get a bunch of cards. I did some power crafting today, I guess is what I would call it. Made a bunch of cards, so I just wanted to show them to you. This one here is the first one, and I'm just realizing I think I have to turn it this way. There. So this is the first one I made. I have a lady friend who is turning 70 this week coming, and she's just a doll. We craft together, and she's not really looking forward to her birthday. So another girlfriend of mine and I are going over to surprise her tomorrow. Well, we craft with her every Monday anyways, but we're bringing cupcakes and cards and stuff like that. So anyways, this is the card I made for her. This is actually a close to my heart image, and it was an image she had stamped for me. So I colored it with my Bic markers, and it was really bright red compared to the paper I wanted to use. So I took black soot distress ink and kind of inked over it just to kind of dull down the bright red. This paper is from Lost and Found. I don't know which collection it is. I'll show you the back. I use this, and I use this piece. This is a Martha Stewart punch around the page, one of her lace doilies. This is some black trim from my stash, some bling from my stash. I made a double bow, and then I added a stick pin I made, and I had some of these cameos in my stash, so I added that, and I punched out a Martha Stewart butterfly. And on the inside I finished it with some of the scraps of the leftover paper, and these are 2 Fisker stamps that I have. It says birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake. Happy birthday. So that's her card there, and I finished it off with some punched out butterflies from Martha Stewart. I've been asked to make a bunch of sympathy cards, so none of these are really woohoo happy cards, but I did want to show them. These are a whole bunch of Flourish stamp sets that I have. So I colored my image with my color pencils and my Gamsol, and just used a bunch of paper. I think it's KI Memories, the 180 page packs that Michaels used to sell, so it's a thin paper. And this is a Martha Stewart deep edge punch. I did a double bow, a Martha Stewart butterfly, and that is a sympathy sentiment from Stampendous, I think. I put 4 pearl flat back curls in the corners. Inside I finished it with the paper, and it says thinking of you in this time of deep sorrow. So that's one. This one here is another Flourish image that I colored up with my pencils. All of them are colored here on with my pencils except one. Just added some pattern paper. That's the doily edge punch. I hoard, but I had a tiny little piece left that I keep in a jar of scrap ribbons and stuff, and it fit the card perfect. So I added that, some butterflies that I inked, and I used tea dye distress ink for all of the cards. Inside, when we go through difficult times, we find our strength with those we love. So, finished it off with a butterfly that matched the paper. This here is another close to my heart image that my friend, whose birthday's coming up, she'd stamped it off. She was just seeing how it's stamped, so she had an extra one. She just let me color it. So I colored it, and then I kind of masked it off and used tea dye. That's the Fanciful swirls, I think, or fanciful swirls, Cuttlebug folder, some flatback pearls, sentiment from the that Stamp Panda set, some pattern paper from the Bold and Basic set of the paper pad from Michaels, and this is a homemade lollipop flower. I actually, in my bits jar of ribbon, I actually found the pieces to do this, so I singed the edges, added the pearls, and this is the mini flourish from Cherry Lynn, so I added 2 of those. On the inside, really simple, same sentiment. This is a flourish set. No, this isn't. I don't know what stamp this is. I think this is a wooden stamp that I have. Colored it, cut it out, popped it up, double bow, sympathy with a sentiment and some pearls. I put my Martha Stewart Punch Around the Pages to great use for these cards, because I really find they just add something to your cards. And then this is the inside. This one here I love. This is a Flourishes stamp that I colored in Martha Stewart pattern paper. Then I had a strip of this double layered lace trim that was in that jar, so I finished the card with that and a little bow that I made, and I just added pearls to the corners. Like that. This is a really simple one. This here is a stamp I got from Michaels. I don't know the name of it. And I added a bow. This is the Cherry Lynn die, the French pastry doily. And I added a strip of embossed paper. This is the polka dot, seeing dots, basil cardstock, I think it's called. Added a stamped out a sentiment. Added some pearls. Very simple. This last one here, I actually, this is my favorite stamp. It's the hydrangea. I don't even know. Hello Hydrangea, I think, from Hero Arts. So I colored it with my Bic Markets, and I fussy cut it out, and I inked it over with Tea-Dye Distress ink. Then I took my Hello Doily stamp from Stampin' Up, and I stamped it on the pattern paper, heat embossed it with Seafoam White embossing powder, and then I added the image, added some pearls, and I just wanted to add a little something. I don't know what I think about this. I like this part of the card, not this part of the card, but I added some butterflies, some photo corners. This was a deep edge punch from Martha Stewart that I actually just cut into pieces and added it to it, and I put a bow with the sentiment, and inside I finished it like this. So those are my cards. I just wanted to come on here and post them, and I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Thanks.